Superb. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to one more very power-packed session on New Age Media Careers. Myself, Dr. Samir Karkhanis from Yanko Executive Education, and I would like to welcome all of my student fellows as well as faculties from the media and entertainment industry and industry professionals where we are going to discuss on careers and opportunities and trends in the world of media, entertainment, more specifically to digital media, social media, digital transformation. So friends, let me briefly introduce you Mr. Vivek Bhargava, because I have seen him, I have heard him on multiple occasions, and he introduces himself very well, and there is a lot of learning in the way he has really built up his career, right? So Mr. Vivek Bhargava is the CEO at the DAN Performance Group. It's a Dentsu Aegis Group company. It's a very big network of media agencies. So Vivek looks after the digital and the analytics and many other businesses. Huge teams report into him. Vivek has been a very sought after TED speaker. He's a thought leader. He is an angel investor. He supports a lot of startups. And you should sometimes check him out on YouTube, and you will know the ocean of knowledge that Vivek can bring to the table. So Vivek, I'm handing over to you.
Hey Samir, thanks for inviting me, and I would love to share some of my experiences in these tough times we're living in. Just to give a little bit of context, I started a digital marketing company leading my family business way back in 1997. So that also tells you I'm old. I think basically those days were the times where people did not have internet access and companies did not have websites. So imagine doing digital marketing in those days, how difficult it must have been. I think I went to almost 14 years of Vanvas. They say that, 14 years Vanvas was where nothing was happening. I was suddenly called a genius when the .com boom was going on, and .com bust happened. They called me a moron. Then again, I was called a genius when digital became big again. Again in 2008, I was called a moron because the whole digital industry collapsed with the financial industry. So last time they called me a genius in 2012, what I did was I sold my company. So I said, at least if they call me a moron again, I will be a rich moron. So luckily, I realized that once you make a little bit of money, then people don't call you a moron anymore. So that phase of 2012 onwards has been good, and I'm still being considered a genius, and people like Dr. Samir call me for talks like this. I think the biggest transformation I've seen in digital in the last 15, 20 years is we started off with as just a communications or a digital marketing opportunity, right? Because digital became a good effective medium of advertising. But I think the last 5 years, the biggest change that has happened is digital has now become the age we're living in. It's no longer about digital marketing. Digital plays a role of sort of a catalyst and multiplier across every single industry in the country, right? In the world. I don't think a question is like, 20 years ago, some of you maybe actually your age is still maybe 20 years old, but 20 years old, there used to be ads in newspapers, and the ad would say that you apply for this and this job and computer knowledge will be preferred. Meaning if you knew how to operate the computer, you would get a preference for that job. The funny part is the office peon in my office today, if I were to order some coffee, we send him a WhatsApp. That means if he can't use a mobile, he can't use a WhatsApp, he can't be an office peon anymore. My belief is in the long run, digital will have exactly the same role. If you understand digital, you will be relevant, you may get a job. But if you don't understand digital, you will not even have a job of a peon. So the way computers have evolved, and today computers are needed even by a peon, I think digital will have exactly the same thing. If you don't understand digital, you won't get a job. Now, the way I define digital is no longer about social media or search and this thing. Digital obviously considers, and it's the subcomponents of all these things, but digital is also a mindset. So generally what happens is that even if you are a 22-year-old kid who's thinking of taking up a job in a company, I think it's very important that the digital mindset is sort of developed. So digital mindset, let me share with you some of the things about digital mindset. Digital mindset is about taking data-driven decisions. That means if you go to somebody and say, make a choice between this green or that pink, a lot of times in the past, the boss would say, okay, I will choose pink because I like pink. But now what happens is you have to go to the same boss with data. And based on the data, even though the boss could ignore the data and take a decision, but he will be forced to consider that data before he takes a decision. So the mindset of the company has to be where the team member as well as the boss looks at data and takes a data-driven decisions. Digital is also about doing small pilots and seeing what works. So when you do a task, doing a small pilot of it and seeing if it's working, then you do larger tasks with the same thing, right? So they call it firing bullets, calibrating them, and then throwing the cannonball. So doing a small pilot of a task is very, very important in digital. Thirdly, I think digital is moving in the right direction is the way you look at life. So what happens is, should you get integrated marketing degree? I think you should. Do you think every person in the country will have internet access in the long run? I think they will. Will digital become a way of life for all of us? And I think COVID-19 has proved it. Yes, it will. So now keeping these things in mind, how should we plan a career? Right? That's the direction we have to take. Now, building a blueprint of what courses to do, what are the things to be done, is still a blueprint, right? You can take a decision. But where the world is moving, if you know what the direction the world is going to go into, it's easier for you to take a decision, what decision you should be taking. So that again is a digital mindset of operating with a compass philosophy rather than a blueprint philosophy. I think the critical thing for all of you students is that I think, let me share with you my story today. What are the things that I do? So I sold my company to Denso in 2012. And then I realized that I want to do things that I haven't done before. So I started handling all the acquisitions. So I know what kind of companies people have created, and a lot of opportunities are there in creating digital companies that networks like Denso and other people will buy. We have a small venture fund of Denso that spearheads into me. So we are investing in a lot of companies who are building new technology practices in digital advertising. We have a data sciences team that is now exporting its products in 35 countries in the world, all built with a small 10 people, 20 people team within the agency of Denso. And now we're exporting them to Germany and France and Japan and Australia and other countries. So we're exporting these products out of India, built by a small team of people within a company like Denso. I handle about 4 of the agencies that dovetail into me. They are run by the entrepreneurs who sold their companies to us, but that totals up to almost 2,000, 3,000 digital people. So that's the kind of team members who report into me. These acquisitions are going to continue. Networks like Denso have grown globally by acquiring 30 to 40 companies. So they have an appetite for acquiring similar digital companies in India too. So all of you guys who want to become entrepreneurs in the digital space, I think it's still a great time to start entrepreneurship in digital. So let me give you a little bit background also of how entrepreneurship is changing in the world, especially in India. If you take the last 30 years, wealth was created by companies like Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant kind of companies. So if you just take, there are about 2.5 lakh people who work in Infosys. What is the total market cap of Infosys? $42 billion, right? $1 billion is 7,500 crores, right? So 42 multiplied by 7,500 crores is the market cap. Total value. If somebody wants to buy Infosys today, that's the amount of money they have to spend. But can you imagine, Microsoft has 1.5 lakh people, which is almost half of the number of people of Infosys. And the market cap of the company is $1,200 billion. That is 26 times the size of Infosys. Half the number of people, but 30 times more valuable than Infosys. The future of India is going to be companies will have lesser number of people, but much more value. There'll be companies like Freshdesk and Zoho, there is Oyo, all these companies coming up. Lesser number of people because they're building their own IP. When you build your own intellectual property and you're not selling time, unlike what Infosys and some of the services companies in India do, that's where wealth creation takes place. So even when you're choosing career, what kind of companies you join, it's important to join companies that they have intellectual property, because if they can charge their clients more per person, they will have the ability to pay you more per person. That's how way you should take decisions, that what are the future compass, where the world is heading, where India is heading. Based on that, you can take a decision. So now I think what I would like to do is I would like to open this up quickly to Samir, where he can ask me a few questions on careers and what digital stands out to be. And in that process, I can also share with you some of my entrepreneurship stories of how digital has suddenly become a very integrated part of life. You know, once a small child of my friend was trying to swipe the television, and we were all laughing at him because he's used to swiping it on an iPad. And what I realized was that a few years down the line, we will be trying to find a remote for a television, and most of these kids will be laughing at us. So digital is the way of life. Digital is very clearly today the age we're living in. Every single aspect of our lives is going to get multiplied through digital. So all of us, for any kind of career they want to make, if you want to remain relevant in this world, learning digitally is going to be extremely critical. Without that, you will not be able to find a job, even of a peon.